Hey guys, we just got a new plant, a new house plant. It's called a Norfolk Pine, and we wanted to make a quick video for you about Norfolk Pines and cats because we do have a cat named Cleopatra who we dearly love, and she was out here doing cute things a minute ago, but she stopped now that I wanted to record her doing cute things. And by the way, up in our field we have a deer doing cute things right there. As long as it stays up there and does its cute things of eating weeds instead of coming down here and doing the not so cute things of eating our garden, which it can't get into unless it jumps the fence, that's fine. There's the deer. So anyway, I want to talk to you a minute about Norfolk Pines. It's a very common house plant, and cats. Okay, the two can go together safely, but you've just got to make sure that if we just had to shoo her away from this plant. This plant actually, I mean guys, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I found this plant today sitting beside a dumpster in a public location where somebody had just basically discarded it. We live in a university town and there was a bunch of stuff piled up. A student had just moved out and they had obviously had this as a house plant and they tossed this as well. Fortunately, they didn't toss it in the dumpster. They just had it sitting beside the dumpster. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, here's a Norfolk Pine. That is a beautiful plant and it deserves to live. I'm going to take it home and give it a place to live. So now we're in Zone 7, Virginia. So I'm going to point out a couple of things. It is June. It's perfectly okay for me to leave this Norfolk Pine out here all summer long if I want. Norfolk Pines come from Norfolk Island, which is off the coast of Australia up towards New Zealand, which is a tropical region. It's a hot region. These plants, the Norfolk Island pines, are not cold weather hardy. If I leave this thing out here in the winter or even in the late fall, it's going to die. They cannot tolerate temperatures below 35 degrees. So even though it is, oh no, actually it's not a true pine tree. It's called that because it looks like a pine tree, but it's not a true pine tree. So I was going to say, a lot of people will think, well, the Norfolk pine can tolerate cold weather because pine trees live in cold regions. Well, that's not the case for this Norfolk pine. A lot of times these are gifted. If you've been gifted a Norfolk pine, make sure that you're bringing it inside in the winter or anytime temperatures get below 35 degrees. Now, if your cat eats the needles, which cats will do, they have a tendency to eat things, it can kill them. The needles are toxic to the cat, as are real pine needles for real pine trees. Now, this isn't the case with this Norfolk pine because it's rooted in soil. Its roots are potted in soil. But if you have a live Christmas tree around Christmas time, if your cat drinks the water, it can actually kill it. Our deer's still up there. We got the light coming here from the sun. I don't know if you can see. But anyway, it's about Norfolk pine, not deer. So when we saw the cat coming over, hello Cleopatra, say hello. You want to say hello? She came over, she was sniffing around and she started to bite the Norfolk pine. We quickly shushed her away so she wouldn't do that. I think she was just curious because it was something new here at the home, here on the homestead, and she wanted to smell it. So I think that's about it. Oh, something else I wanted to point out about Norfolk pines. We like the pot that I mean, this came with it. Found it in this pot. I mean, somebody was just, the way they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I like the pot, so I'm not going to change it. I am going to put some more soil on top of the roots because it's a little low. But Norfolk pines, their roots do not like to be disturbed. So if you do have a Norfolk pine, you only want to repot it every 2 or 3 years or so as it grows. Because if you repot it too frequently, you can kill it. How big does it get? Living in pots and inside your home, Norfolk pines can get about 6 feet high. So here in a couple of years, if we wanted to repot this, we could use a bigger pot and it will get quite a bit taller. It's about 2.5 feet tall now. In the wild, in non-freezing areas, they actually get up to 200 feet tall. And they can grow outside and survive in the US, and they do in places like Texas, along the Gulf Coast, Florida. But once you get much further north than that, probably northern Georgia and further north, it's really not a good idea to put these things outside. So if you have a Norfolk pine, Keep an eye on your cats. If you do have cats as well, don't let them eat the needles. It is toxic. And make sure you're bringing them inside so they don't freeze in the winter. And we hope you learned a little bit about Norfolk Pines with this video. And if you did, please subscribe to our channel, Homesteading Off the Grid. And the deer's gone, but she'll be back later. And make sure to stay tuned for more informative videos on all things horticulture and outdoorsy next time, and we'll see you.